Hello and welcome. This is the second part of our instructional video that will cover advanced brush parameters in combination with freehand drawing. As you can see, this is a new version of Pixopedia, version 010, and this is my second attempt to record this video. First time I did it, I lost half an hour with microphone turned off. So here we go again. Okay, I will click this brush tool, and I will load brush set. These nine brushes. I will load brushes prepared for this lecture. Here you can see brush tips changed. The first brush is left unchanged. This is a neon brush. I will increase the size to, let's say, 100. I have already created a new image with white background. And now we will explore advanced brush parameters. First group of parameters is filters that I actually applied not to the brush tip, but in, let's say, real time, while on the brush stroke, while you are drawing the brush stroke. Not all filters are suitable for all brush tips, and this depends on brush tip structure. So the best way to see what actual filter is doing is to explore. I will not go into details what close what close filter means, median, blur. You'll get a picture on this example. Okay, now first we will draw. Now I will change color here to some reddish blue. Go back to advanced and draw a little red stroke. Now when chuck effect is turned on, it actually performs simple random pixel randomizes pixel output in coin toss manner. Some pixels are rendered, some pixels are not, so we get like we are drawing the chuck. Okay. The invert parameter option actually turns the brush mask intensity inverse the brush mask intensity. Here, this value is amount that will add to inverted parameter. As you can see, brush intensity, brush stroke intensity, actually mask intensity falls from here on our original brush stroke, from the center of the brush tip where is 255 towards the edges where it's 0, and with invert filter turn on, it goes from the opposite side, from 255 to 0. Here is completely transparent. If we set here small, we get different results. I'll be faster this time. Okay, now close and medium filter on this brush tip will actually do nothing. Blur will do something. It will soften our brush stroke because neon brush is already soft enough. Not too much difference will be here. However, if we choose solid brush tip, it will smooth the edges. Here is a solid brush tip. You can see jagged edges, If we use blur, we'll get softer edges, more blur effect, slower the drawing, not too much, but here we get quite high kernel value, and it will completely smooth the edges of solid brush tip. Okay. Close filter will do something on this brush tip. It's a spray brush. If we draw it, it's a dots sprayed. Simply, if we use close filter, it will actually perform close filter in combination with higher brush steps. You gain different result. All those applying all those filters and various brush tips depends on your imagination. You're willing to try different combinations. When you are satisfied with your combination, just click Save Brush, single or complete set. Here is a single brush. Enter name, description, and save it. Now we can use this with combination with blur filter. Medium filter will give nothing. Why? Because we have set thickness to 1, which means 1 pixel wide dots, and medium filter with eat them. Here is a completely different situation. Medium filter actually groups. In the case of grayscale brush, I'll group intensities. Here, with blur, we can get different results. Also with this brush tip. So you can combine those inversions. Here is one interesting one. Inversion in filters to get different brush strokes from very, let's say, limited brush tips. I am against. I could make a list of strokes with fancy names like acrylic, oil painting, water painting, but you can get that and more using and playing with different brush settings, advanced parameters. Okay, here is one with airbrush. Again, if we apply medium filter on small thickness value, we ain't gonna get too much. See, now with higher values and combinations, we got a different picture. Okay, let's go back. Now again, experiment, please. This is just an introduction, and let's say more like a hint on what you can do. Okay, I will go back to neon brush. Now here is the second part of advanced parameters, bumping. Bumping actually does it gives a 3D effect. Here you can see actually it gives a Z effect from your monitor towards your eye. Now if we increase the scale of bumping effect, we'll get, maybe to put some, this is more visible. here. You can see that the central line is popped out towards your eyes, and here is the part that is on the sunny side, and this part is on the dark side. This light incidence is controlled here, but first we will see how the scale can give. A higher scale gives a more 3D, stronger 3D effect. Okay, now we will see what this threshold means. Threshold means it's actually tells us when the bumping will occur inside the brush mask. Now here you can see that the edge of the brush strokes, brush stroke is not bumped because the brush mask levels, pixel levels are beyond, below this threshold value. All values above the threshold values are bumped. We can also invert threshold. Click here and get different situation. Now those edges are bumped while the central part is left intact. We can use it with the blur combination to get much. Let me see. Ooh, 10. To tune and draw again. Now it's a little bit softer. There are no those jagged lines. Okay. Here, roughness, we will decrease this part. Gives, actually simulates the roughness of the surface. It gives some kind of sandy effects. If we increase it, we go more. Stronger sand effect. Down. Okay. Now this shift direction. Here is the default direction. Now I will increase it. Sorry. Here. Now this shift direction is opposite from the light direction. If we increase it in this direction, there will be more shadow in this direction and more light on the other part of our brush stroke. Here, blah blah blah. Okay, we can turn. Now the shadow is on the left side, while light part, sunny side is on this part. Okay. Now here comes a part that should be covered separately. I'll give this a stroke fader slope. It tells Pixopedia how to draw the stroke. If you see if in is slope is on, it's fade in actually. It draws from a minimum value to maximum value. We can increase the minimum value and see what happens. Here is the factor that tell us the amount of the percentage of the size change for each step. See? Okay. Now the other part, stroke faders applies to size as well to capacity. If we use the capacity, we will see that together with size, the capacity is also faded from 0 to maximum value. Maximum value of size is here, maximum value of capacity is here, as you know. Now we can combine in repeat. It actually repeats fading, I will exclude this capacity so that you can see that it actually grows from minimum value to maximum and again and again. Here you can see in this mode it actually depends on stroke fading, depends on how fast you move your brush. Also we can do only capacity fading. In repeat we can combine it with size fading and various colors scheme. I will go through this part briefly. Out is opposite from in. It goes from capacity, I will turn off, from minimum value, from maximum value to the minimum value of brush size, so you can draw some, I don't know, shapes. Out repeat does the opposite to inner repeat. Here is in and out repeat, which goes from minimum value, maximum value and minimum. All those things I'm talking about applies also to capacity. So if we say set in and out repeat, we'll get the same thing combined with capacity. Okay. Out and in repeat is opposite. Not too much. And this last parameter tells us amount of change for each step. Now this applies only to not to freehand drawing, but to other shapes such as polyline, because let's say in repeat, as you can see, will not repeat in fading, as that value is calculated automatically from the start to the end point, and this increment is calculated by default. If we use manual, however, then it is calculated according to our setting. Smaller settings, you'll get smaller. See? And now also it depends on the step and so on. So I will not speak too much about this. Okay, just experiment. Now we'll go to, I will change a little bit that JGS rules. First rule is a jittering rule, and tells us how we will perform stroke jittering. Actually, brush tips will be jittered around our mouse path. Here we will put higher range. We will decrease to see better and faster what's happening. Now, brush tips are randomly spread around while we are drawing. If we increase the range, it will cover more, bigger area. Here. Here. If we increase the loop, means how much times jittering will be performed. This parameter connect drawing is not implemented yet. Actually, it's connected drawing all the time. Disconnected drawing will be applied in next version of the program. If we use high loop values in combination with big pen size, we can actually slow down together with filters. We can actually quite slow down the drawing process. You see, this is a high loop value. Okay, I have put the possibility for this, but high loop values can drastically slow rendering process. Okay. You can together with brush bumping, you can achieve quite interesting brush strokes, but it's your imagination that applies here as a most valuable parameter. Okay, I will return to stroke. Simple. Geometric shapes filling rules will be fully covered in third part of this video series, as it tells us how the interior of closed shape will be drawn. Here you can see that the green color is used. You can use texture. Here some leaf drag, similar like texture for color scheme. Drag and drop here, select texture and draw. I will not go through these parameters. You can explore it yourself or wait for a third part of this video series. I will close. Go to freehand, basic always. Scratching. Now I will increase brush tip size. Scratching tells us how the brush stroke, this is under development, this part, so will be scratched. We can use machine gun and put, so it actually draws little holes like from bullets from machine gun. You can use square mesh. Oh, it's not implemented. Short lines mesh. This one is implemented with thickness smaller, so we can use it with bump brush and so on. Okay, what's left in this part of video coverage is specific brush parameters for each brush stroke, brush tip. Here is I have already predefined something, some values here, some brushes here. So we have solid brush. Have I turned everything off? Yeah. Now you can select square, little squared brush tip, or circle brush tip, or circle outline. Now this one comes handy with stroke jittering, and you can use blur effect or so on. There is also a square outline. Can draw something like letter B. Oops, sorry. And we will check out and go back to normal drawing and check the jittering. Now we have here a spray brush. Okay, know that those advanced filter for each brush, for each different brush is can be set to different filters. Every parameter is different for different brush selected from this set of 9 brushes. So keep that in mind. If you say I just put some brush filter and there is no brush filter, because it's set from, if you set it from for brush number 1, it will stay only for brush number 1. If you set those filters for brush 2, it will be applied only to brush number 2. You can, however, save it and recall it back as when needed. Okay, now here is spray brush parameters. It's actually dots sprayed. Here you can increase the thickness of dots, set intensity variation, set gravity, that is how strong those dots will be attracted to a central line. More gravity, more dots are actually attracted to the central line. Density is self-explanatory, right? Okay. Now we will go to so-called star brush. You can change brush tip for each brush as you like it. Here, this is the same brush number 4, and I'm changing various brush tip. Okay. Now, as you can see, random lines are drawn from the center of the center of the brush tip towards the edges. So we get here, of course we can apply brush, invert those brush, get just play around with parameters, enable brush bumping. Again, brush bumping is parameters are different for each brush from this set of 9. Okay. Here we go. Now you see here is brush for number 4 is enabled, for number 5 is not. So here we get hairbrush, so called. Again, we can change thickness, intensity variation, apply brush bumping, apply filter effects, and so on. 6 number brush is set to its brush tip is set to parallel brush. Again, thickness, you can define thickness, you can spacing between those lines. Here, intensity variation. Here, again we can blur it, change the angle. Here, I will put in next version a possibility that angle is calculated from your initial brush movement, so that this angle curvature of this stroke will follow your brush movement. However, first thing first fix one and then fancy ones. Okay. Here is a mesh brush. If we increase the pen size and draw a small brush stroke, you can see that these are actually randomly drawn lines in the circular area. Here again you can increase thickness, put some intensity variation, density increase, decrease, again apply blur effect, enable bumping, invert the brush, select different color schemes, play it, use your imagination. This is the most valuable parameter in this program. Okay. Now brush number 8 is set to stem brush. What is a stem brush? It's actually a PNG transparent image, and it's already drawn brush. Those brushes were brush tips. We examined so far were brush tips, procedural kind of brush tips. Actually, program is creating, drawing brush tip according to according to parameters specified. This brush tip is actually pre-drawn picture. So here, if we double click, I have put some I call it B stamps, brush stamps. You can apply same brush filters as to the same filters as we have applied to previous brush steps. To select different brush stamp, click on it, then press the left mouse button again and drag and drop here, so we get such kind of, we will say, mixing something. Too much. Oh, we can use palette, autumn colors. Oops. Alpha palette. Okay. We must say here how we will draw. Okay, we can use basic, this some kind of sponge. I found it actually those on the internet. You can download ABR. It's Adobe proprietary brushes collection, and then use a free program. I have put the links in my pages. A program that converts ABR brushes to PNG, which is standard portable network graphics. Again, we can experiment with various brush types, various sizes, various steps, various bumping, F mounts. Here, click and drag and drop. Here, blur it. Yeah, this one is, and so on, so on. Now, keep in mind that those brushes, I have put some samples actually. You can change here directory where you have put your own brush stamps. Now that's all for this part of video. I hope if you want to close this, just double click here. If you want to, I have actually covered this part of video, instructional video, and I think I will close this session for today, and I hope you enjoy it and understand it, what I have been talking about in this video lecture. So until the part 3, where I will cover those the various brush steps, and also this part in detail of geometric shapes filling rules. Until then, bye bye, have a nice day.